he just said. I mean, the guy is obviously is crazy. So I feel like he has an evil mind where he's also smart, and then he can play, I guess, I don't want to say play dumb, but to show that, I'm kind of worthless, I don't know what I'm doing, but yet at that moment where you get close to him, he just jumps on you, you know? So that's the way I feel about it. He's unstoppable.
I haven't seen the Halloween 2018, and I'm from what I understand, it's a sequel to Halloween 2.
Wait, you never seen it?
The 2018 remake. Well,
wow, yeah.
Well, it's not supposed to be a remake. It's supposed to be a continuation, right? They just call it Halloween.
Yeah, like basically Halloween 2 until obviously towards the Rob Zombies never happened.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean.
I heard because she comes back in like Halloween 7. Laurie Strode.
Yes, it was a Halloween Resurrection, I think it was. Yeah, something like that.
Because in Halloween 4, it's her daughter, and the movie starts off with, Laurie had a car accident. She survived all this other shit, but she died in a car accident. But then it comes back later on that she faked her death, and apparently she ditched her daughter on the other side of the country to go have another kid and pretend she was somebody else.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like H2O or something like that.
Yep.
There's another Halloween coming out supposedly in October.
Yeah.
It's called Halloween Kills.
Halloween Kills.
They stole the idea of Machete Kills.
Machete.
Hey, do you know your trainer came out in the Machete movies?
I did.
Oh, okay. For like 2.3 seconds.
Hey, he was in a movie.
Hey, that's 2.3 seconds more than me.
We all went to
see more than majority of us.
And then I told him, I was like, hey, how do we know when you're going to be? He's like, I'm not in there that much. I was like, well, so how do we know to look for you? He's like, I'm the guy that shoots the guy in the wheelchair. I'm like, what?
We're all giving him a hard time.
You bastard.
And then when he came out, we were like, ah!
In the theater, yeah. It's like, okay, we can leave now.
It was a whole bunch of us. It took up like the whole row.
There's like 2 minutes left in the movie. All right, I can leave now.
Now, another thing that's made me mad as a kid, and don't ask me how I knew about it when I was younger or anything like that. And it happens now, and I even have a tattoo on my leg from the movie Trick or Treat of the character Sam, which is a picture of Deborah dressed up as Sam from a Halloween competition we had years ago, right? In the movie, Loomis brings up Samhain and the festival of this and that and paganism and all that. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
It is not pronounced Samhain. It is written Samhain, but do you know how do you pronounce it?
No, I don't.
Samhain. It's the
Sodom.
Like so S-O-W or S-O-W-E-N. Samhain.
Oh, Samhain. Sodom. I'm like, what?
Some say Samhain, but it's Samhain, the festival of Samhain.
Oh, okay.
And that's always pissed me off. I know. I'm way too anal about this stuff, but yeah. So, Drew, do you have
everything picks you off?
I'm a grumpy old man. I'm a grumpy old troll who lives under the bridge. No. Wow.
You get offended of everything.
I don't get offended. I just get upset.
Offended.
There's a difference between offended and no.
Am I offending you right now?
No. Stop talking over me. I'm going to lower your microphone.
Does Drew offend you?
Who?
Drew?
Who? Yeah, see what I did there? No, Drew, is there anything you want to add into Halloween 2?
There is something I really didn't like about Halloween 2. Okay. Even though it's, again, one of my favorites, but I didn't like how Laurie was not much involved in the second one, if that makes sense.
Yes, and not only that, she was a complete victim.
Yeah.
She had a cracked ankle, and then she was drugged up for the end of the movie, and she was just duh at the end.
I like how, again, I love it, but there's some cheesiness. Obviously, you're going to point out, like, oh, why was that? Why did that happen? Why did this happen? Whatever. But I loved how, she ran away and everything, but then when she saw Loomis and the nurse go into the front door, the hospital, she was just taking her sweet time and crawling for help. You know what I mean? Like, very quiet. I was like, you were just running, like, around. Like, and you just got up and just...
and then all of a sudden, help.
Yeah, help.
And then the doors closed, and she's like, help!
Maybe she didn't want them to help her.
Now, let me ask you this. The ambulance driver that wanted to be her boyfriend or whatever, or she went to the same school with his little brother, Ziggy, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Did he die? Because he was...
I don't know him anymore.
Well, no, because...
He fainted, right?
Yeah, because he was driving that beautiful canary yellow 1957 Chevy. And Deb, you didn't see this part. And he gets in the car and he's like freaking out because he just fell in that other nurse's blood.
Yeah.
And he's freaking out, and then he just goes forehead first into the horn.
Yeah, and then Michael pops up. Yeah, and everything. But yeah, I actually don't know if he died because he just passed out. That can be anything, obviously. Like,
see, and that goes back to that relates to another scene. It just, Michael seemed too smart for me. He put the IV in that nurse's arm and let her bleed out.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really good scene because he did the slip, and you hear the slip, and he falls down and knocks himself out right in the puddle of blood. And he took that bump good because when he did, the puddle of blood underneath him popped up.
Blood on his face.
And it hit, on his face. So either there was somebody with the syringe on the side waiting to squirt it to get him, which seems highly unlikely, or, just happened. And yes. And it worked out great. And then when he gets into the car later on, he's like, no blood whatsoever.
I guess that's the thing. Like, if I was like a director or writer, which is all respect to them, I'm not, calling them out or anything. But if I was a writer or director, the little things like that would matter to me the most. Like he said, he had the blood on his face when he was on the floor. You would think even if he wiped it off, he had like a little bit of blood still in his cheek. But, he came out of nowhere in the car, he had no blood.
Yeah.
So the little things like that would matter, you know?
In Hollywood productions, they have somebody that normally does stuff like that, a continuity type person. I don't know what the title is or anything like that. But see, what makes it harder for me, because since I like part one so much, they spent $300,000 to make it. Part two, the budget was $2.5 million.
Yep.
And just part one seemed so much more. And maybe it was too, like Jaws, the same thing with Jaws. You never see the damn shark, but that not seeing the shark adds that much more fear to it. And and like I said, one of the things that upset me the most was how skinny and frail Michael looked. If they would have just shown more of his mask and less of the highlight of, like, they show his neck. They show his neck sticking out of the jumpsuit.
They even take his mask off in the beginning.
Yeah. I want to go frame by frame to see how much of his face we can see.
But, like, he's in the shadow, so.
The shadow. Drew's like, why did I accept this call?
I love Jaws. He got me thinking of Jaws now.
Doo-doo. Jaws 3 is
my shark. A what?
What? Oh, see, the funny thing is, my buddy Chuckles wants to get a tattoo of that what guy, and I told him, what the fuck are you talking about? He was like, a what? And he said the same thing, a tiger shark. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. So we went through the movie, and he skimmed to get to that scene, and I'm like, I've never seen this scene. I've seen the movie a million times.
So far.
But to me, that scene, that's how I differ from, because apparently, like, there's a whole group of people that love that one character, and that's the only time you see him. No, because there's like chat groups and everything, like, what?
Yeah.
And the fact that you saw that and that makes me feel even worse. I'm like, I never saw that until until Chuckles pointed it out to me.
Well, like another. Yeah, we're talking about Jaws now. Forget Halloween too.
Yeah.
But another part of that movie of Jaws where the mayor said we're going to close the beach for 72 hours, and then if you slow it down, you hear a lady say 72 hours. She's like 3 weeks. Like, what?
I'm gonna have to go hear that now.
What do you mean 3 weeks? 72 hours.
That's like 3 weeks.
You know what the sad thing is? With our COVID lockdowns and stuff like that, people are thinking stuff like that.
Since they close the beaches.
Yeah.
Oh man, they closed the beach. Now I can't pop fireworks on the beach or nothing, man.
Órale, wey. Corona? Hold on my ass, man. Give me some Coronas.
I'm not gonna get sick, Holmes. Nobody talks like that down here. I don't know why we're.
$250 fine? They had to catch me first, way.
Hey, Gabriel Iglesias says that's how he was. I saw a bit from him today, and he said how you can tell the difference between Mexicans, Cubans, and Puerto Ricans.
Oh my God! And this is a horror podcast.
He said Mexicans. He started talking like the way y'all were talking. He said that they talk like they're high and they make their sentences long.
I te watch, Holmes. Give me that way. Anyways, now that we've alienated 90% of our listening, our audience there. All right, bro. I think we're going to end our conversation on Halloween 2, unless you have anything else you want to add to it.
Nah, man. I mean, you got like pretty much the main points about the film,
I want to do some more research into Haddonfield because Deborah said, what kind of hospital turns off the lights at night? I remember when I lived out in the sticks, the hospital, I had to go because my face got busted open. I have a scar on my lip where my face tore open. And I remember being in the hospital and like the lights were out in the hospital at night, after a certain time. That's why they would close the waiting hours because everything would turn off and only main place. Yeah.
Now that you said it, I remember when I got admitted at medical center. And
that's medical center. That's total hood.
No, but the lights were off in the hallway. Just like
that was because they didn't pay the bill.
Oh, okay.
Dude, now I'm thinking of Blood In, Blood Out. Don't take me there. That's where people die. Have you seen that movie, Drew?
No, but I need to watch it then.
Oh my God.
Bro, we're going to have to social distance watch Blood In, Blood Out, Bon Bon Honor.
But make sure you have 3 hours.
Yeah, director's cut. 6 hour long director's cut. No.
Well, speaking of horror films, I mean, I don't consider it a horror film, but have you seen Midsommar?
Dude, I love the director's cut of Midsummer's coming out. And supposedly it has like almost an hour's worth of extra footage.
Oh, wow. Okay, I have to see that, man.
But it's all character development. You see more about the story of...
Oh, okay.
Of, how the two friends, they're doing the same report.
Yeah.
And then you see more build-up.
Uh-huh.
But like the payoff, the deaths and all that all stay the same. It's just more character development that makes makes you
feel more for the characters.
Yeah. And you feel more screwed over when he steals the same thesis that he's writing,
Yeah.
But still, have you gone back to look for the scenes hidden in the illusions, in the hallucinations?
I've watched it twice, and I'm still like, in a good way, what did I just watch?
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
Did you see when her sister's face is in the woods with the carbon dioxide?
What?
Yeah, in the trees, her sister. You know how Did you notice that the trees get little swirly hallucinogenic things going on, like when they start tripping out and all that?
Yeah.